Hey everybody, Jamie Pate here. Welcome to this video. This is the part of the show where we walk through the last month's memory planner. And if you're new here, let me tell you what that's all about. Okay, friends, if you're brand new here, thank you so much for being part of this community. I appreciate you being here. Everyone here is just so lovely, and I kind of dabble in a lot of different things that fall under the category of documenting. And today I want to talk about Memory Planner. Memory Planner is an idea that Heidi Swapp put out, I want to say about 10 years ago now, in one shape, form, or another. It's kind of evolved through the years. So I've been keeping a memory planner for about that long, for about 10 years. And so I'll talk about that a little bit as I go along. But what we do is we utilize this memory planner, also available through Heidi Swapp Shop. Everything will be linked down below, but there's a subscription base to this. There's classes that she offers at a phenomenal low price that is value packed, plus a printable. And there's also a subscription to a kit, and I'll point that out as well. Great thing about the kits, as you'll see in today's pages, is even though you get a kit, let's say in August, and you use it in some of your pages, you might not use all of it. And you're going to see how I brought the June kit back into some of these pages as well. So I love having those products that are memory planner centric. Memory planner isn't future thinking. It is writing the story of the thing that happened in sort of a synopsis, highlight reel kind of a way. So like I said, we are going to look at August. I work really hard to get my pages filled in from the previous month by the time the middle of the month shows up, because the 15th is when new kits are available, when new videos are available. So it's this great way to kind of be accountable to my own memory planner keeping, if you will, is to kind of goal myself to have everything done by the 15th of next week. So for the most part, there's always a couple things here and there that aren't 100%, and that's okay. We're all fine with that, right? But I sneaked this in last month's video from August 15th, but we're just going to talk about it again. And something I want to point out, you saw the cover of this insert. This insert holds 3 months, and there's a lot of color to this. I actually added that color in, but it's a pretty colorful book. And, oops, see what I'm talking about? Right there, there's a whole week, not even done. Oh, there's some more pages, not even done. And there's yellows, and so this just wasn't working. This color banner wasn't working, so I use some of the ledger paper to bring in another color band that I thought would be more complementary to the pages. I get it a bit color-centric. I like my pages to show a thematic color, if you will. And you can see here, it's just sort of greenish, savage patina / evergreen bough. Yes, I look at colors in the world through the oxide color wheel. It's just what I've learned to kind of do. So I've added everything in here, from a little flippable for journaling. This just is the frame for this little peek of this photo here. And I loved having this chipboard piece. This was all from the August 15 Stop the Blur kit. This August here is stamped with, I'm going to grab it really quick here. This was Stamp Society. Let's get it straight. This is August Stamp Society. This is the most fantastic alpha I have ever stamped with. And this video should drop today, the day before the next Stamp Society, and the next kit is available. So September 14th is the last day you can get this particular Stamp Society and the August Stop the Blur kit. So I used a lot of that stamp on my pages because I just loved it so much, and I used it in my other pages as well. The kits come with an alpha. I had fun with the alphas on this. This is a fun little flippable tag, and even when Heidi has these products that already do the thing, very often she also shows how to make them in the Stop the Blur videos. So that's always fun. It's very technique heavy, and it's things you're going to use over and over again, whether on a card front, on a scrapbook page, on your memory planner pages. It's just good stuff to know and to have for a lot of storytelling areas. I stamped today was good with the kit stamp, and then use this little, I love these. I love it when we have these journal blocks out. I use those all the time. I'm here for the flippables, so I had this story here with more information that's found underneath. This little vellum pocket came with this little journal spot, and so it's living in there. Photos and photos. We get to this next page, and these are some pages you haven't seen yet. So these are some things I've just finished up recently. And you're going to notice too, something I really want to talk about, I think in a blog post that's coming up here really soon, is just the thing that takes the longest for me is really the journaling, the filling the things in. Now, something I want to show, well, I'll get to that in a second again, but something I want to show you on this page. This page, I purposely went very grid oriented. And let me just point that out to you in case it's not obvious. But I loved kind of in my mind having, I want this page to be a grid. And I was able to kind of hone myself in as to how I wanted the page sketch to look. So you're going to see here I have a square, 2x2 square, 2x2 square, 2x2 square, 2x2 square. Not all photos. This is I made this little quote card from a quote that I had seen on Instagram. This is again from the kit, and I wrote some journaling there. Photo and alphas. You're going to see photo and alphas, photo and alphas. So a lot of repeat happenings here. Do the same thing here. Lots of photos, alphas. So there's some repeat elements even inside the grid. And I really enjoyed creating this for myself this time. Kind of the same thing here. This little journal notepad, it had some of these reminders, but it also had just the ledger lines as well. And then this here is a 2x2 that I trimmed out of ledger paper. I believe it's a 6x8 ledger paper that Heidi Swapp has available in her shop. And that's what some of these look like here. I mostly use these all the time just for the journaling. You saw the journal spot over here? That came from the larger, the 12x12, a ledger paper, because ledger paper is bomb. I mean, it's just the best stuff ever. So then I used again from the kit another one of the vellum pockets, and then had a photo put on the back of this, but on the front of it is more journaling, and sometimes it likes to be tricky with me going back inside of its pocket. And I stapled this little ribbon on it from the Color Collective just to make it a little bit easier to come out. So that was my grid page, and I really, really had fun creating inside a grid. Here for the grid, man, here for the grid. So here's an example of when I don't get some journaling in here. So this was a card that actually comes now when you order from ScrapbookCom. They have these cutie little cards. I can't believe that I forgot to clean my craft room last night. That's 5 years in a row now. I love that. It's all good as part of the chipboard frame that you saw earlier, but here, no journaling. I'll get to it, but just sometimes I don't get it all done. Now, this is a photo template that I have in my digital stash. And so this was a day with my granddaughter up at the pool, and just really, I started this. That's so funny. I literally started to write in here, but I haven't done it yet. But I've got my lines. I wanted to have a little stamp. This is from, I think this is from, wow, I want to say August. Life moves pretty fast if you don't stop and look around you. Once in a while, you could miss it. Don't rush it. So that was stamped in there on the back of ledger paper, and I punched it with a 2-inch circle punch and added it to my page. Now here is some of the new Stamp Society that drops on September 15. It's very ledger, I want to say grid oriented. And so I take that back. No, I'm lying to you. This actually is I built a stackable grid from this. That's what that's from. But I do have a sample of the new Stamp Society in here. So got ahead of myself there. Whew. Take it easy, James. Take it easy. Okay, now this page, I told you earlier, I do really enjoy staying color centric. So what happened here, I have a pink page, I have a blue page, and I love it. I think it totally works together. My band was pink. It was kind of the initial inspiration. But really what I do first, and I get asked this pretty often, what do you do first? What really drives your pages? The photos drive my pages. Now, every once in a while, I'll come up with some sort of, like I did here, grid. I already knew I wanted to do grid, but the photos then found their homes and then everything filled in around them. So the photos here found their home and then everything else filled in around them. But because Stamp Society for August just launched on this day, that was the story of my day because it was such an incredible stamp set. And I think it's important, and Heidi's super good about this, and she'll talk about this. I think it's important that we even document what we're making, because I think we'll forget. I think we'll come through here and it's like, wow, I just lived a lot of life, but like, where was my creative evolution at the time? So I enjoyed not only putting the stamp journal tag in here and documenting that, but I enjoyed putting actually the first thing I made with the Stamp Society. So that led the whole pink story, right? Something I like to do is I like to add adhesive to my photos just on these two sides, and then I can pop a little journal spot right inside there. And you can see here too that I use the new icon stamp set for that. I'm loving that for a prompt idea. So I just kind of prompted my day, what my morning was like, what work was like, and what I was doing, where I was going. I was literally delivering a meal to somebody. So I thought the truck is perfect for iconing, delivering a meal. Isn't that cute? I thought so. So then here is the printable from the August Stop the Blur. Then I use the very stamp set that I was announcing here. August is the puffy stickers from Color Collective. And then on vellum clear sticker paper, I stamped Society, and I had to stack it because I didn't want it to go across. I think it works out. It works out for me. I like it. This Hooray is another chipboard piece, and I thought it was super fun in a celebration kind of a way. And then here, my kid just got his braces. I used a printable from the August printable that comes with the Stop the Blur video classes, and it was a little small, so I resized it to 2x2 because I wanted to actually fit inside this space here. So then I don't think I got my journaling done in here. I can pretty much tell you I have not. Nope, I have not got that done. These tags are supposed to go this way. Well, I hardly ever put them in there this way. I like them this way. I did it one time. So I used the stamp set from this month's kit to create good karma, and then picture my sister and I on a hike. So then I come to the blue page, and this was kind of led by this photo here. This is a little bit larger photo than I would normally put. What's normal? I don't know. Tell me what normal is. What I would normally put inside of my memory planner pages, but it was my son's 13th birthday. He's my last child, so it was a big deal. 13's a big deal. So then I did use this matchbook little flippable piece, and I added another flip inside for a couple of more photos and then some journaling here. And I think I actually do want to add some more journaling here. I have space. I used September agenda stamps for the super duper, and that was just a lot of fun. I had fun putting this together. So this really drove the page. I really built this page top down. Time is precious, waste it wisely. I think that's completely apropos, again, from the printable from August. Those printables are priceless. Again, you'll be using those printables over and over again. Raise your hands if you use the printables over and over again. We all do. They're just so good for anywhere. It doesn't have to just be on your memory planner page. I've seen them in the stamp journal challenge. I saw stampers using the printables over and over again on their tags. It was awesome. I loved that idea so much. Picture of my granddaughter who was visiting that day. And then Sunday was a little, again, I really do the journaling. You can see I do the journaling, but sometimes I get a little project oriented. Let's get it done. But I will come back because I do have a lot of journaling that's going on. You can see I got the journaling done on this page. This is the last page I have done for August. So this is 21 through 27. And, well, I lied to you because I've got lots of space there for journaling that's not in there. This was kind of actually a quiet week. There wasn't a whole lot going on besides a whole lot of work until we got into the later part of the week. So this was a little more open. And this is just the thing, right? This tag I actually made way early. I think actually, this was a sample for the for the August. So this was actually made in July. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So as I showed you in my studio tour, I have a memory planner basket that is an open storage situation. So I literally just, if I make a tag and I don't really know, it's not made for any particular project, I will just toss it into that basket and I'll go through it every time. Every page I go through it. Is there anything I want to use? And I came across this. I'm like, oh man, this is like completely perfect for the color that I have. I already had this yellow color bar going on. So that became a big emphasis to this page. So this page started with this tag. And then the photos came into play. And then I had a little bit bigger stories. So of my middle daughter here, I had a really important story that I wanted to make sure when I came back through my memory planner in review at some point in time, that I would come back through and I would remember this day and the things that were going on. So just took a bunch of pictures of her in the backyard, and that became that story. Kind of same thing here with my 8th grader who kind of struggled getting into 8th grade this year. There was a bit of drama that came along with that. But then here we are at the first dance, back to school dance, and he was totally there for it. And I think that was a really important story. It's not a birthday. It's not a holiday. It's not a christening. It was literally an everyday situation. I took the time to write that because of how important that was to this point in time. It's what was happening. So it was a great highlight reel to be able to have that in there. Again, I didn't have a whole lot going here on Friday. This is from the Adventures paper. Gosh, I loved this paper. I wish we could get the butterfly paper in bulk, but I just thought it was so pretty. And this was just about play. This was just about cut out the butterfly and give this page a little bit of whimsy. And we should always be here for that. So I had cut some of this 6x8 ledger paper up. So you have a top piece here on Friday. Kind of looks like it comes all the way through, but in here I have separate journaling, and then this just looks like it continues. I just thought that was kind of fun. This was something from June. So a lot of June items here with the washi tape and with this little booklet and this little tab, as well as this circle sticker. That all came from June. And so did this little journal piece came from June as well. So that was a lot of fun knowing, okay, this is a totally different colorway than what the August kit is providing me. What else do I have? And it's one reason why I haven't completely broken up my colors, because I didn't just need this bluish color, because I also grabbed this yellow. So, and this was pink. This would have been someplace else. I just went to one kit knowing kind of the colors that were in that kit, and I was able to grab some pieces and make use of them and kind of thin that kit down too. So this little booklet here, I had a quote for Sunday that I wanted to make sure I documented in here. So I used the Blue Skies, the 4x6. I don't think it's available right now in the shop. So I have notify me, because it's a great stamp set. It's another great alpha. So I put that in there. Then I wanted to talk real quick about this fill in the blank stamp set. This is an awesome stamp set, and I have started to reach for it much more consistently. So there's these little words throughout here, and I use those. They didn't necessarily prompt what was going on my Sunday. My Sunday already had things going on with it, and so they titled those things. So I wanted to talk about the book I'm reading. I wanted to talk about the project I was working on, what my mood was, what the mood of the day was, and the weather. They were just all kind of the things that were going on that day. So I had fun using that. The quote of the day is also from this set, and then today's recap that I put on the front of here is from this set. So this is a great prompt. And I was thinking too, there are some days, like we talked about here, I could pop this in here and somehow the grateful for, or just today, and circling what was going on. And that'd be a great way to fill in our days and still completely tell the story. Okay, one last look here, and this is a little peek at what September is bringing us, and it's this black kit. It's this black and white kit, and I loved, if you don't follow Heidi Swapp or Stop the Blur on Instagram already, you need to, because she has already showcased one of her pages, and she has this green story going on. The green and the black Oh my word. Got to try that. I had blue because of the stories that were going on in my day. And then here's a closer look at the new Stamp Society for September. Lots of grids, lots of buildable grids, a great little alpha, this little flag here, taking the day off, this clock icon, this idea icon, gratitude, and then numbers. And then I had these little journal lines. And so that's just one way I use the new Stamp Society. So all of this is going to be linked below. Thank you so much for showing up today and watching this. I do hope you have some inspiration for telling your story on your memory planner. Any questions, please drop them in the description or I guess comments below. And I will see you in the next video.